Welcome in, much love. Thank you all for joining us on this very special inauguration day D&D stream. Thank you to the players for being here, and thank you to everybody being patient with us while we were getting those technical difficulties out of the way. Much love. So to do a session recap, the player started on an adventure towards this forge called the Dragon Forge, something that was going to be used to help recreate the broken amulet that Nova now wears around his neck. Varganshax instructed them that it was in the city of Ungethel, a drow city. They must pass through the the holy road to Ungethel. I know that name should come right up, but anyways, they must pass through the holy road to Ungethel to get there. Circumnavigating many of the traps and problems, they eventually arrived near the city, but through a stroke of luck, the players got the sense that something was amiss. They couldn't quite put their finger on what it was. So in a kind of moment of desperation, Kylar used many of his resources in order to try and contact Fandiliana, the leader of the town they were sent from in the Feywild, named Vand. Fandiliana instructed them to get Varganshax, as the city of Vand was under attack. In doing so, the players returned as fast as they could to what was mostly a destroyed town at this point. Varganshax kind of gave them this air of superiority, as if she had realized something or perhaps won some kind of victory. And in doing so, the players kind of are very, if they weren't already set off with how this individual was, are now very much on edge about it. But healing Fandiliana and Feyre, the two Fey creatures they knew the best, and helping many others in the city, the party eventually went to rest and were told that they were owed an explanation. Fandiliana, waiting their arrival, eventually the party culminated around them, and she went to address them in her weakened state. You guys can feel the kind of echoing presence of her mind kind of brush against yours gently, this strange psychic power that you are now a little more familiar with. She kind of looks from one to the next of you. I suppose we should start with what you already know. You found yourselves at the beginning of one prophecy and at the end of another. Erzan, I believe you already are aware of this one. The Eulogy of Autumn. Prophecy made by our Lord Porcil for ourselves. She kind of looks forlorn and confused for a moment. It was said that the moment I utter this prophecy, it would be deemed to come true. I'm sad to admit that that day has passed. Would you care to enlighten the others as to the contents? She looks at you expectantly, Erzan.
Of course. Let me just find it.
Mm-hmm.
I will read it verbatim so that you all may know the exact verbiage.
And you guys, as he's reading it, get the vibe that he has a very distinct knowledge of exactly how it is, like, to the point where, like, you wouldn't expect to be able to, like, pick up a book and read it. Something about it was impressed upon him.
Whence come one morning, bright with cheer, the capital Vand. A time of rebirth, the seasons must change, however, even for the ever-present Fae. Porcel warned long ago, trust not the stout forge master, his metal only corrupts. Now, Tyr's scar left cross our unpolluted land. The influence of the gods is not welcomed here, Porcel warned, but we did not hear. He spoke. Your betrayal will be your undoing. Your ancestors' ancestors will be unraveled. I write now the eulogy of autumn. May it ever be burned in your mind. First, a great burgeoning, then many slaughtered, followed by violent crowing. Tyr's champion shall be crowned. His prophecy continues, but yours shall finale, consumed by winter, autumn's eulogy.
As such, I agreed with Vargenshaks long ago, once the prophecy was announced and released, and autumn's eulogy began. I would demote myself in an attempt to stop it, giving her control over Vant. And you see Vargenshaks, you guys remember now, just to build the scene a little bit more, you're at the top of the stairs, kind of in front of the longhouse that seemed to be kind of the main center going of Vant, Fandiliana kind of sitting in front of it in her traditional position. Next to her, Riak, bloodied but alive, the kind of rainbow feathered tabaxi-like individual, kind of covered in like a crown and crest of feathers. You see the humanoid form of Vargenshaks just kind of off to the side, listening in, very interested seeming. You're guessing some of this stuff she is picking up for the first time. And Fandiliana looks over. She has agreed that when this occurred, she would look after the vested interests of our people. And she is binded by contract to myself to do so. So I will trust that she will. Vargenshaks kind of sighs, almost out of boredom, but nods ahead towards Fandiliana. There is one prophecy yet to be learned by you all. The prophecy Akuum gave us the day he implanted the sword in the stone.
Bless you.
Thank you. That is what he said as well, but I fear it will be my undoing. She rests her eyes for a moment, and you feel the presence of her kind of telepathic connection grow stronger. The prophecy of the eyeless. The scales tip ever in balance. Forge Master Akuum bestows a great blessing. One fateful day, darkness will reach across all skies. But with liquimetal and resolve, it will be faced. 4 heroes find themselves amidst the cries. Bathed in blood, by their presence we are graced. First 3 boons, and shall the final make sun. From soot and scale a boon shall rise, a gift of one's forebearers. A windfall, another, bestowed on a troubled one. A guiding light, faint twinkles connected by faith. With 3 boons, Akuum's chosen may return. Grasp the Everblade, and may justice we relearn. She looks at you now, Erinn. I believe, according to the prophecies, you are Akuum's chosen. I wish I had seen it sooner. We might not have been in this position.
We might be even in luck, I suppose. I believe I do fit another
Indeed
one of those.
From soot and scale a boon shall rise, a gift of one's forebears. I believe you were on a mission of some kind by Vargenshaks.
To repair a family heirloom, yes.
Then it is so. She kind of snickers almost, but like out of like pained relief you kind of are gathering. It does bring me comfort that I am not fulfilling my agreement with Vargenshaks for naught. She kind of looks over towards her. I do know the location of this Everblade. It's not far from here, but I imagine without all the boons, it will be unretrievable. As well, I believe there is one more important detail. This Goro, this creature that came through and slaughtered my people. His arms were cleaves, yes, it is true, but before my very eyes, he created a claw. Alderia, from the very scar you healed. You see the kind of raw patch where the 3 drag marks went up through her ribcage, and you could see straight through them from the depth of the cut, now healed over with just a thin layer of skin. I believe he too wields liquimetal as the Everblade. I'm not sure you'll be able to face him until you have acquired your own boon. She kind of looks expectantly at you again, Erinn.
There were only 3 boons listed.
From soot and scale a boon shall rise, a gift of one's forebears. A windfall another, bestowed on a troubled one. A guiding light, faint twinkles, connected by faith. With 3 boons, Aquum's chosen may return. Grasp the Everblade, and may justice be relearned.
Everblade is the 4th boon, is what you're saying.
You catch on quickly.
Not quick enough.
God damn it. Here, I'll drop that in lore dump. That seems lore dumpy.
Hey, what's the name of the town again?
Vand.
V-A-N-D.
V-A-N-D.
I kind of nudge hers on surreptitiously and point to the wand at my hip.
Is it time?
Oh, no, just a windfall to a troubled one seems rather fitting.
Are you trying to hide this from Fandiliana?
Not really, no.
She kind of looks.
I mean, I was just not trying to interrupt the moment, but I was just kind of pointing it out to him. That's like, well, we may have another, potentially.
Kind of looks. Fandiliana looks you up and down. Do you feel changed?
Greatly.
Another troubled one, then. She kind of seems to just be inspecting you carefully. Doesn't seem to be making an analysis of your judgment at all, just trying to make her own decision. But doesn't seem to come to any definitive conclusions. Kind of looks at you all expectantly.
So the path is reasonably clear before us, then. To help end this calamity, we have to gather 3 boons, of which we may already have one.
There is one element that I think perhaps is worth looking over once more. In this prophecy of the eyeless, the first line, darkness will reach across all skies. She looks up towards her own. I think that may mean yours as well. I have made my decision. With relinquishing to Vargan Shax, I will descend into winter. I have a hunch that Ardwick may have placed this disaster upon us, and I intend to confront him. I will not be able to speak to you when I leave. If there is anything else, I would recommend bringing it up now. But for now, I will make preparations. She kind of stands up, a little weak, but much better than the day before. And sets about to, she kind of turns her back to you all now that she's kind of given you the speech that she was intending. And starts talking with Riak about just kind of you kind of hear like, how was our food supply affected? Just kind of the bookkeeping of what she needs to do. You're guessing probably before she rescinds her position.
So how will we know it's a boon?
I think that we should probably ask her for some guidance on seeking them in general. I think that we know for sure that we're finding novas, because the prophecy really points at a familial tie, which this amulet has, but the rest of them. A guiding light, I assume, is yours, Alderia. But what does that mean?
I don't know.
I think we should at least ask.
Snickers.
That hag. That rotten hag.
She haunts us still. Oh,
What do you guys do? You have the camera on you.
frozen.
Luke has died.
He said
Oh,
continue
frozen.
on. I'll jump back in when I can.
Yeah,
Our cameras are gonna get all wonky for a second.
yeah. Apologies, will probably be askew. We're just gonna keep rolling.
Power on.
Apparently today is the technical issue day.
It's pronounced inauguration.
Not technical issue day. But what do you guys do? The floor is yours. Thank you. That's what Ekuum said the fated day when he prophesied that something that would end my kingdom. But anyways.
Cool. Bless him. Yeah, I think we need some guidance on what to do.
So how do you go about?
Let's go ask Vandiliana if she knows anything else about the boons. Just in general. There he goes.
There we go.
Bye.
I gotta be Nova. Well,
Well, hey, I guess we should probably go
I'm
on
the
in.
only
No,
one
I'm
who looks
still
weird,
me.
so that's fine.
Oh yeah. No, Tad looks weird too.
Yeah,
only
now
because I'm in the wrong position.
Oh, I see. You're just Nova now.
Yeah.
No, I'm still me. That's boring. Anyways.
I just have to lean a little bit. It's all good.
Aw, Jesse, it's not boring to be you.
Well, I'm not working for a month, so take that back.
It might be boring to be you.
Right now.
Do it.
Anyways.
All right. Well, let's go get some guidance.
Okay, so you guys reapproach Fandiliana. She kind of looks back towards you. Yes. What may I do for you?
We wanted some help in, at least to ask if you have any guidance on seeking the boons. It seems that we're on the right track with Novas. Because of
I did put a little thought into it. And two seem quite clear, but the other two, not so much.
Indeed.
The twinkling star you were saying. Let me pull it back up here real quick. Sorry. So I can reference my own materials. A guiding light, another faint twinkles connected by faith. And you believe this is your boon, Alderia?
Yes.
It does lead me to wonder. Do you worship any gods?
The stars.
She kind of looks quizzical. She's going to make a religion check. Fair enough. The stars. Fascinating. And would you say you are faithful to these guiding lights?
Yes. Very.
That is a start. Where have they led you so far?
Well, they led me to these people, my friends, and they led me to the place. What was it called? What was that place called?
The Labyrinth of Acamus Mora?
The Labyrinth of Camus Mara-ish. And They've helped us make a lot of the decisions to get here.
I see. Was there any place that stood out as important to you along these journeys for your expressed quest?
The labyrinth. And there's another one that we haven't been able to find yet. A second labyrinth.
I see.
Or something like that. A second something dedicated to the other god. Opposite of the labyrinth.
This is all very confusing.
I'm so confused.
I'll say you'd probably remember this.
Okay.
Just for a little DM hat. So the Labyrinth of Acamus Mora, you distinctly remember, was dedicated to the male aspects, or masculine aspects, rather, of the Fates, which were under the deity Astrius. You seem to remember the trials of Astrius within that labyrinth, as well as a couple other things relating to such. Conversely, in your vision, which is written down somewhere. Anyways, just so I don't have to go too deep onto that, you seem to remember the other one was dedicated to the female aspects. God, I know I didn't write it down, but I want to say it was called the Labyrinth of Ayla Mora. I'm gonna have to go find that somewhere.
I'd have to look through my
If you wrote it
notes.
down, that would be great if you could get that to me, because I didn't write it down.
It
'Cause I'm an
seems like
idiot.
something I would have written.
I thought of it.
We talked about it.
And so yeah, you don't know this part, actually, Kylar. That was when we were doing our individual things a few sessions ago.
That makes no sense then.
But I didn't write it down because I thought of it when I was like at work, and then I was like, "That's great! I finally thought of the name, and I just knew it, and now I don't anymore." That's how I do it sometimes. I guess.
Well, I have it somewhere. It's just
Anyways.
in my many notebooks because I
Once-
lost
yeah.
mine temporarily.
Once you find it, let me know.
Yeah.
That labyrinth seemed dedicated to the feminine aspects of the Fates. Which, if you need a refresher, or where'd you go? So the wolf, the fox, the fish, and the giraffe were the masculine, and the bear, whale, ram, and snake were the feminine. But yes. Sorry, why were we looking for that? Oh yeah. Back into D&D mode. So, you've seen another temple. Seems to be dedicated to one of your many gods.
Yes.
Have you any inkling where this might be? Any landmarks or indicators?
Somewhere I have it written down that I do.
Do you want me to DM more? Do you want me to DM hat more? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. It's in one of my notebooks.
In the revelation that you had, you do also seem to remember, whilst standing next to the large, proud creature from your dreams, the representative of these stars and fates. Excuse me. You seem to remember seeing directly above this labyrinth, upon arriving there, the second star twinkling that from the rams. And for our viewers who might not be as caught up, the ram is a constellation, first of all, that Alderia was born under. It, upon some thing happening, all the stars but one faded out. Alderia, you recall that star leading you to the Temple of the Acamus Mora. In your vision, you saw the second star twinkle back to life as you arrived at the second labyrinth. So, do with that what you will. Fandiliana kind of looks towards you. Do you remember any landmarks or anything that might guide you towards this labyrinth that you might seek?
Eos. That's the other one.
You remembered. Oh, so Eos was that's the other aspect. There's Astrios and Eos.
Yeah.
But you did remember. Very well done. Lots of names. Do you have your notes in front of you there?
I do. I found them.
You want to scroll through them?
The astral sea.
Well, other people get the
stars.
chance to maybe interact.
Yeah.
So while Alderia's kind of reading through her notes, putting together
My
pieces.
memories.
Does anybody else have anything they'd like to ask Fandiliana as far as guidance? Or anything like that?
What do I know about Akum? Anything?
Roll me a history check.
Sure.
Well, I mean, I kind of zoned out for a bit there, but
It's like you were
Nova just kinda
gone.
drooling.
it's like my brain just left or something.
Nova was having standing dreams of smashing imps into brick.
It was all those fairy pastries. I told you not to eat those, Noah.
I ain't gonna stop.
I'm gonna take some fairy pastries once I'm done with this stream tonight, boy.
Ooh.
Anyway,
I'm assuming I gotta fix my thing in order for this boon to be complete.
it seems like your amulet does reminisce quite much of this boon. You were wondering how you would know when you were experiencing this boon. I think Nova's experience should hopefully help you in that regard.
I suppose since we're the closest to it.
You'll be able to know exactly what it feels like to be booned by this prophecy, I suppose. Kind of looks at you questioningly again.
I've booned once or twice.
Nova's gonna get boomed.
Some would say he's a booner.
Okay, booner.
Some would.
And now, have a nice day. I'll talk to you later.
Good night. Thank you, everybody. That's the stream. I feel like this happens every stream at about 7:20.
Making enough bad jokes that we all just want to quit our
You
lives.
just have to quit.
Sorry for interrupting, Erinn.
No, it's okay. For the Akum history check, I rolled a natural 20 with a -1,
Woo!
19.
So natural 20 is a critical success. I do run critical successes for skill checks, but with a 19, that does limit probably the knowledge you can have. Akum, to your knowledge, was a legendary forge master that worshipped Tyr. Very ancient as far as stories go. He's more of like a legendary figure to you, kind of like a hero of battle and forging. I will say there is a touch of remembrance when she speaks of liquimetal. You seem to remember only in one story, but in a story, Akum had mastery over this special metal that he somehow forged himself that could take any shape and follow his will. So there was depictions that you saw that stick out in your memory of you remember in Avatar the waterbending scroll?
Mm-hmm.
There was like a story where part of the book was a mural, and you see him like using it like almost like water, like to whip a dragon in the face.
Sure.
And that is sticking out to you when Fandiliana references liquimetal.
Okay. I'm gonna ask about that then. Fandiliana, you said that Goro wielded liquimetal, like what Akum had created.
I believe it was what formed his arms, yes.
How is that possible?
That is a question even I cannot answer. Perhaps some devil long ago coerced it from Akum. Perhaps someone new has been able to create it. I do not know, only that he is bestowed with it.
Do you know what capabilities it has? I've heard stories of Akum and his creation of liquimetal, but it almost sounded like water made steel, which for
I
my
only
small
know-
mind is really hard to understand.
She kind of looks not dejected, but like curiously for a moment. I only know what I've witnessed, nothing from what I've heard. When Gora approached me, he drug 2 large cleaves for arms across the ground. I attempted to strike at him, but in an instant, his arms disappeared and metal covered his body. My fangs did nothing to him, nor claws. I did enact psychological warfare with my psychic powers. It helped, but he is a potent foe. He fought through, and once I gave up my physical assault, he retracted his arm into a form of a claw, which created the wound that Alderia healed. I hope that helps.
It at least explains some of the capabilities. Do you know anything more about the Everblade?
Well, that is one I am a little more familiar with. I did meet Akuum before he forged it.
Wow.
I know little of the blade itself. I do know that Akuum was tasked, supposedly by Tyr himself, to create it, in which he bestowed that prophecy to me. The prophecy of the eyeless, that is, to be specific. As for the blade itself, I know only that it was meant for the chosen individual to pull it from the stone, one after Tyr's own ilk, and that it would be used to hopefully defend against the, quote, darkening of the skies. I believe, since Akuum forged it, I know all of his finest works, most legendary items, were forged of liquimetal, so I believe part of the Everblade is that it does change form. As far as particular boons, again, I can only speak to what I've seen. Perhaps it can protect you and be used in offensive capabilities. The rest is for you to find out.
I see. I am of Tyr's own ilk, apparently. So it seems as though you found the right people.
You found me.
Perhaps.
We Fae are blessed with a lack of fascination with time. My knowing of this prophecy was a curse upon me. It redacted my ability to be carefree like the others. She kind of looks out towards a couple people in the courtyard. Even now you see a couple satyr, interacting almost carelessly despite the death that was just displaced yesterday. She kind of looks fondly at them. It was a curse from the beginning. For me. And I have paid the price.
Responsibility is a burden that all leaders share.
Indeed.
I think that you've shouldered it well. Thank you for your guidance. And be safe in the winter realms.
May your gods travel with you. She looks across all of you. But with that, she kind of returns to what she was doing, unless anyone has something that they would like to talk to her about.
I read my thing.
Yes. Is there anything you wanted to ask or talk to her about?
Wait, do you pet her first?
Would she let me pet her?
You gotta find out. You either have
I'm
to
gonna
ask
do
or
it.
do it.
I'm gonna do it.
You're just gonna pet her?
Yeah, we're just gonna just.
You scratch. Her fur is super soft. Like, super soft. It's like running your hand through liquid. And the under fur is even deeper and softer. You scratch into her side, and you feel almost like a purr kind of well up from inside her, and you guys kind of feel like the ground shake just a tiny little bit as it happens. She looks towards you. Yes. Young Alderia.
Okay. So
She doesn't seem bothered by being scratched at all, though.
nice. So you were looking for like area, like physical area that it was located near, correct?
If that should help you, then I would give you any guidance that I could.
So what I know is that it's in our world, this labyrinth to Eos is located about 200 miles from the border of Dalicus, approximately 3/4 of the way into the desert northeast of the ocean.
It's a more precise location than I could hope to conjure up. Do you want me to bust out the map? Because you Alderia would probably be able to picture that even.
I can picture it.
Let me bust out the map. Oh, it's right here. Perfect. It's already on the page.
Yahoo!
Corandaria.
Okay.
Let me make sure I'm looking at this right. Oh, I was looking at that wrong. Dalicos.
Okay.
Go down, 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 down. Here is the ocean. Mount Crete-Helion, a legendary volcano, and the capital named Crete-Helion. So that's kind of the opposite end of the spectrum. You guys started way up here in Valtine, followed the Eline River down. And then going out towards Dalicos, you would guess that you would know that this line right here is the border.
Mm-hmm.
So it said how many miles from there?
200.
Probably somewhere right around there, which you happen to be known as the Ben Leal Tropics.
So
Or
what
just
we need to do for my boom.
I'll drop that in the lore as well. The tropics that I just named.
Essentially, go to the labyrinth of Eos and do the trial of Azur-Ka.
That was what I needed. Azur-Ka. Thank you.
So that's essentially what we have to do, though, is go to do that for my boom. Also, while you're here, I was wondering if you could tell me about the Depth Seekers.
Depth Seekers. She kind of conjures thoughts for a moment. Thoughts.
The worshippers of Astrius and Eos.
She's going to roll a religion check. Oh!
Sounds like death.
Just for your all's purposes. I don't know. Can you see that?
Oh, God.
Sorry, dudes. That's a natty one.
Nothing.
She ain't even heard no Depth Seekers.
What's a depth seeker?
With a natural one.
Those are the people that like to go diving in the ocean.
I will say, for the purposes of this, she thinks she's talking about someone a group of people pretty in depth. She seems to believe they are followers of, where is he? Followers of Denir, the god of writing. And describes how they,
I'm just
their symbol is quill and ink. And yeah, she's very off track compared to what you were looking for.
I'll just nod and be like, thank you. Thank you.
Of course, of course.
And then when we walk away, I'm gonna like whisper to Nova and be like, she knew nothing.
Are you sure?
Nothing.
Oh.
I'm close.
Sorry, Alderia.
Sorry.
But she kind of, again, I'm at your disposal until I leave. I will be leaving this evening. She kind of turns back to Ryok and they start hushedly talking, but telepathically. The floor is yours.
I was talking to you telepathically. Yeah.
Make me Chimkin.
I made chimkin today.
Chimkin.
Fried chimkin. It was delicious.
Sounds good.
It was spicy.
But anyways, putting the camera back on you all, what would you like to do? You now have the floor. A few ideas broiling.
Well, it sounds like we need to go to Ungethel.
Where's Ungethel?
Yeah. That's where we were just going.
We were.
Jesus, twice. Alright. I think eventually what we need to do for mine is go to the Labyrinth of Eos. I've dreamed about it, and that seems to be where she was pointing me to.
Right. And then did we get information about Kylars?
I'm just along for the ride here.
That X to doubt.
I didn't know anything about it.
Can I insight check him?
The best guess I have is this, and I wave around the cursed wand.
Don't wave that thing around!
Pointed at her.
Well, us three have to do something so homeboy can get the sword. Hopefully we can figure something out.
We'll figure it out one way or another. Perhaps it is this wand.
I mean, it quite literally was a windfall. We weren't expecting to find it, and I was the one who chose to use it, so...
But isn't that what kicks this off? Is that not... That's not your boom. I hate that word so much. I hate it so much.
Why do you hate it so much?
I don't know. I've always hated it. I think it's because in Pirates of the Caribbean they make a joke. They say the word boons, and then they're like, "Whose boons? Your boons?" And so it just makes me think of testicles.
Interesting.
fair.
Association.
And they also hold like the cannonballs, the double cannonballs, and they do the shot between his legs.
Cringy.
Well, the fuck was I gonna say? Oh, I don't even know what a windfall is, if I'm gonna be honest with you.
An unexpected discovery, good fortune.
I don't know if that thing was necessarily good fortune.
Pretty powerful.
It hasn't seemed like it so far.
It ain't done.
Here, let me demonstrate, Nova.
How many hit points out of 100 you say you have?
You get 100,000.
You're all within kill range, I'll let you know right now.
I can
Kyle
flick
already
you
gets
when you're within
100,000
kill
channel
range.
points.
Wand of death. Wand of death. It's now a plot device.
Yeah.
Bro, my pinky finger is less of a single shot kill than you.
Did we rest here or not? I can't remember.
You guys did. This is the following day. The town is kind of picking itself back up. Very inefficiently and not really doing too much. You don't see anybody like trying to raise houses or anything. It's more so like people trying to pretend shit didn't happen and like get a bite of food kind of deal. It's weird.
Mhm.
The Feywild has been very foreign since you've arrived here, so you're not shocked. But
Well, shall we head back underneath the
Yeah, I think that's the best,
statue?
most efficient use of our time.
At least it's an achievable goal.
Right. Right.
so the goal is to head back to the statue of Ardwick and return to Ungethel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will say for the purposes of this,
We do it.
excuse me, you all manage suffering 6 points of damage to make it through the trapped area, as there was a little poison and bullshittery going on there.
Mm.
Just because you know what is coming, I won't make you walk through the hallway every time and determine points and that kind of thing. And you return to the kind of pine cone shaped gray stone building. Do you decide to go through it or around it?
There was the guy in there.
There was
All right. Yeah.
an apparition that seemed to be playing music at the very
Yeah.
end.
Let's go around.
Yeah,
However it was, we were gonna do that.
I'll just turn into a giant eagle and carry everyone.
Just carry them one by one across.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Okay. I will say, for the purposes of this, the road is yours. Is there anything you guys would like to do while you navigate? You've already rolled your percentile dice for bad events happening on this
here.
road, so I won't make you do it. Vand is attacked again. Whoa!
No. Organ Snacks got hurt.
Mm.
Oh darn!
Oh, darn, yeah.
Dude, that really sucks.
But is there anything you guys would like to do on your way into on the last stretch of highway here as you head towards Ungethel?
What's it like down here?
Cold, and you're gathering. The sound of critters is never far in the Underdark. It's pitch black outside of the lights that you guys have naturally chosen to procure, and it's moist but cold, kind of the opposite of Minnesota winter, if that helps. It's not windy though, so us Minnesotan individuals,
It's a Wisconsin winter.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. It's not like when you step outside. Oh, it wouldn't be so bad if it weren't the wind air, because it's the opposite. It would be worse with the wind air, but it ain't there.
For sure.
Precisely. You're learning.
Is it just all rock around us? What's the tunnel like?
Yeah. It's so as you traverse
right?
back down to the depths, you see a pretty smoothly paved highway. Not paved, but like chiseled out smoothly. And then the sides are kind of rough, kind of terrestrial cavern of very deep, dark blacks and grays. The floor being slightly lighter. Stark contrast, notably, to the stone that was making the mapped bastion that you guys had traversed through before. That was a little bit more light gray, almost cementy. But as this highway kind of dips and churns, you do get to the point where you were before, where it kind of dips below the ceiling of the Underdark, and you see Ungethel off in the distance. You can tell there's movement there, so you're guessing there's individuals inhabiting the city. And then it kind of goes back up, and as you approach closer, as you weave closer to the city, it takes probably a solid 4 hours on this stretch of highway of walking. But eventually, you get to a point that leads down once again, and at this point, it's much more common for the dips to kind of come, so you're kind of expecting another dip and then back into the ceiling. But this time, it seems to lead down, spiraling around the city to directly in front of it.
Are we trying to be sneaky here, fellers?
It's a great
Just gonna
question.
ask, does anybody know anything about this city?
Well, I think somebody else is in possession of the forge. And we're just trying to take it back, so maybe we should at least not be...
Well, can we walk in there and rent a room, or are they gonna kill us?
I don't know the answer to that.
I'll describe the city one more time too, since it has been such last session.
Mhm.
In an almost Triforce-like pattern, the city seems to be made out of 3 tiers, all triangles stacked atop one another, only like this way. So it's like triangle, 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 and they kind of scale rather in size, going upwards. So like picture, if you will, a single triangle, right? That would be like the base level. And then atop that is another triangle in that form. And then atop that is a final triangle, a skinny spire, if that kind of helps at all, kind of picture the city. Its walls seem to be fairly robust and jutting outward, each spire taking up many, many feet into the air. The city itself at the tip of the spire, you'd guess, is with a cavern probably about a mile deep. It's maybe 3/4 of the way to the top, so quite a tall city, and less so expansive. And to describe one more time too, you do see off to the, you'd guess probably the east of the city, is a large, completely still, just ocean of water kind of just sitting there menacingly. The sourcing of light that you see in this cavern is from reflections off of that water that seem to be moons when you look into the water, but looking above, there is no moon. It's kind of casting onto the city. But I will say, for the purpose of this, you are atop the spiral part of the highway. You'd guess probably another 15 minutes to the gate of Ungethel. So if there's anything you'd like to do or discuss on your way in, this would be an opportune time.
Do you guys, in like 10 minutes, want me to cast Pass Without a Trace?
I think you should cast Augury.
4.
Are they going to attack us on sight or something similar?
Okay. I guess I could do that.
That way, at least we can have some sort of idea of what we're getting into.
I am going to oh no. I'm going to augur to ask.
It is ice fishing season.
Get out.
I'm going to use augury and ask, are the people of Ungethel going to attack us on sight?
You see the familiar form of the ram kind of scrape against the ground, look gently towards you as the stars spin in your gyroscopic device, casting this form. What you hear in your head? Wheel.
So they are going to attack us.
No.
No, it means it's a good
A
outcome.
positive
Good
response.
Good
Good
okay.
outcome. They will
So
likely
they
not
will
attack
not
you. is
attack
how
us
you would
on
interpret
sight.
it.
So,
Alright. So then what do we do? These are dark elves that live here?
Vargan checks did inform you that it is a drow city.
What do dark elves speak? Do they speak Elvish?
You do not.
Undercommon, I believe.
Undercommon? Does anybody speak that?
Well, you know, I should don't.
I don't speak a whole lot,
I
and that is
speak-
not
I
one of
speak
the few I speak.
Celestial Common, Druidic, Elvish, and Sylvan.
They may speak some version of Elvish that could be translated.
Perhaps. Hopefully they speak common. But I guess there's only one way to find out. Alderia determined that they're unlikely to attack us directly, so I think that our best bet is to just walk in and start investigating, hopefully without much ceremony.
Yeah, well, it's I suppose there's no need to sneak then.
I think that sneaking would be a poor idea. It would be interpreted as aggressive.
Yes, let's just head on in and, I don't know, sort of indirectly ask about the forge and
See what happens.
take it back. I don't fucking know what we're gonna do.
We'll
Kick
figure it
somebody's
out.
ass.
We'll plan it as we go, Nova. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys start navigating towards the city,
Yes, sir.
down the spiral. Alderia, I will say, with your extremely high passive, you gather this. As you're coming down slowly, more and more you're getting the sense something is off. When you walk towards the city, what you would expect to hear from a city is sounds of clanging metal, chatter, shuffling, cheering, jeering, cawing, anything. But the only faintest sound you pick up is the shuffling of feet. You see people moving, people carrying boxes, but roll me a perception check.
Oh my god, what is 24?
24. That is good enough to determine. You are getting the distinct look from looking at this that they're moving in, first of all at the exact same pace, and second of all, with extreme purpose. Seems to be like one person leaves one building and then walks into another one, and then another person leaves one building. It's very direct. There's not like someone stopping, hey, doing that kind of stuff. None of it at all. People seem to be moving and doing things like objectives, almost like a checklist. Very strange behavior. You just see kind of the forms of people moving from above the city now. It's a pretty good angle to observe the set, actually.
Something's off.
What is it?
Listen, the city is quiet. People aren't walking around and doing things like they normally would. It's
Is
like
that
they're
just
hiding.
is that just how they do things here?
Maybe it's just a cultural difference.
Maybe.
Guess there's a one way to find out.
Ask. Yeah.
Get our butts in there and see what's going on.
Okay. You guys want to
I
continue?
thought Zach was asleep for a second because his eyes looked shut and he wasn't moving.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. No further objections. You all get down the bottom of the stairs, or not the stairs, but this highway to what leads into a very large stone kind of portal with doors. Now, again, to add a bit more to this strangeness, you see the doors just one creaked open enough that a single body could probably slip through at a time. And from within, you see more of these drow just shuffling about, not a single word being spoken. Just, and not right next to the door, just like you kind of see them, occasionally someone blips by, but doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. Don't see anyone atop the gates, nor patrolling the walls.
Hello?
You just kind of yell out into the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I use my divine sense?
Divine sense. What does it detect?
Celestial fiends are undead within 60 feet.
No celestial fiends are undead.
Okay. It's like Vampire Town.
Let me just read something real quick here, because I wrote this a long time ago.
It's totally mind flayers, but
Surprise.
we don't know it. Arzon doesn't know that shit.
Well, I was gonna ask this before we go in. Should we not go in?
I don't know that we really had a choice. I think the road just kind of came here.
I'm scared to go within the walls.
Plot
of the
twist.
city.
Bargain Shacks is actually evil and sent us to our doom. Shocker.
Yeah, right.
News at 10.
Whoa.
News at 10. After traffic and weather.
Yep.
Our main story.
Yeah, but you wanted something from us.
Okay. So to kind of bring back what was happening here, Nova, you do yell out, "Hello?" You see, after a few moments of kind of chit-chatting, is Fergenchek's trying to kill us? Those kinds of things kind of being discussed. You do see a drow individual approach the gate, right, standing just perfectly square in the center of the ajar gate. You all notice one peculiar thing about him. You see a male standing slender, no beak for a mouth or tentacles, but a silvery white hair that you've heard much about for most drow. Being
We met the one drow, right?
Yeah, we met
Librarian guy.
Yep. God,
wizard dude. I can't.
Carrick or something. Anyways, the guy that helped you guys through it, the caster Alvar.
Yep.
Anyways, but you see a familiar form of a drow, pointed ears like an elf, purplish skin, reddish eyes for this individual, irises that is. Kind of smart looking, but almost like his eyes are like drooped, like sleepy. And you see just a white hair, kind of tuft braided into a pretty long ponytail behind them. They seem to be wearing very practical clothes, just kind of burgundy sackcloth kind of clothing. Seems easy to move in. They seem built like they had moved. Vakin, thank you. Notably, though, you all see a creature probably about that big, like just under the size of a softball. Some kind of bug. Seems to be has a needle right in its neck. Kind of looks almost mosquito-like. You see greens and red neons kind of pulsing throughout its body. Kind of see its wings flutter a little bit. And occasionally you can kind of hear almost a drought. And the bug kind of shifts. He looks curiously from all of you.
The dark elf, not the bug, right?
The bug, you can't determine any eyes on it. It's kind of God.
The bug turns around and talks to us.
Hey guys,
Hey, how you doing? Real Feywild type beat. No, the bug does not seem to be speaking to you, as far as you could tell.
Okay.
But the drow, kind of looking at you all, taking you all in quickly and almost anxiously. But the words that come out are not. What can we do for you? It's kind of frantically looking from one person to the next.
Oh, I don't know if I want to try this.
You
I'm gonna
have
insight that.
something on your neck.
What are you inciting, Kyler?
This guy looks shifty as fuck, and I want
He
to
is
find out
literally
why.
shifty as fuck.
Yeah. I want to see if I can
that's a
glean
pretty.
from his body language and his darting eyes what's going
Sure.
on here.
I'll say for the purposes of this,
Pretty
just
good idea,
it is a vague question of insight, so it might be a vague answer. But
I mean, between the bug on his neck and him being all
I
scared, I have a good idea, but I want to see if I'm right.
I have the dumbest idea,
Maybe
you
more
guys.
about it.
and again, you guys are gathering. The face is shifting frantically, almost from one to the next, but the aspect of his voice is very calm. Seems laid back. But what is your insight check?
19.
19. You would gather that a normal person would not act like this. Probably. Probably. With a 19.
I
mean-
normal enough.
You see the bug.
Can
They're
I
acting
make
strange.
a correlation here?
You
That
can make a
the bug is
correlation.
Probably what's causing this.
You can make the correlation, but that's on Kyler. I'll say that much. It is your choice to make such correlations, not mine. It seems to be the case, unless something else is afoot. But
Okay, I'm gonna unless anybody else wants to do anything.
I want to grab it.
Well, I was gonna. I guess yeah, we're not communicating with each other. I don't know how we should do this. I was gonna look behind him and go, "What the fuck's that?"
And then
And then grab the bug when he goes to turn.
do you try it?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Look over there.
Well, only if he goes to turn.
I'm gonna help.
Go ahead.
I'll act along.
How do you do so? Go like, oh my god. Okay. Nova, go ahead and roll a deception
But
check
like
at
in a
advantage.
feminine way.
You should try to figure out what kind of bug it is. You're a
Oh
druid.
my god.
Oh yeah, I'm a druid. Do I know what kind of? Do I recognize the bug?
I'll say for the purposes of this, you'll be examining beforehand. So go ahead and roll me a nature check.
I got a 14 for deception.
14.
Two very average rolls.
Oh,
Respectable.
21. I would say, with your knowledge of creatures in general, gather that this is not a natural creature, but an aberration. I'll give you that much. It seems to be taking the form of an insect.
It's an aberration.
As you guys. Oh, what's an aberration? So, Alderia. Sorry, this is good though. This is good since
You'll
Erinn
find
is not as familiar. No,
Man,
this is
it's
important
bad.
for her character. Aberrations are creatures that are unnatural inherently. Their roots are always somewhere very foreign to the natural world. As such, they tend to be twisted and dark creatures. Not necessarily on the undead side of things, but just like picture who's that one author that I always forget?
Lovecraft.
Lovecraft.
Oh,
Picture
yeah.
Lovecraftian horror.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's
Do
very
you know Lovecraftian horror?
Mhm.
I'm talking to Erinn specifically here.
I'll Google it.
Okay.
Cthulhu.
Lovecraftian horror, Cthulhu, spaghetti monster, like freaky tentacles and all that
Yeah, I
stuff.
was about
That's
to say
what an aberration is.
tentacles, lots of eyes,
Lots of eyes. Yep.
Erinn doesn't
very
watch horror
uncomfortable
movies, so
configurations of bodies.
I don't
Goopy.
like scary things.
That's fair. Aberrations be scary.
That's that's aberration.
Spooky, dude.
If that-
Okay,
if that
I
helps
got you.
paint the
I'm picking up
picture.
the vibes.
So that's generally what an aberration is. You're gathering that this creature is an aberration with your high nature roll. But it seems to be taking the form of a bug that's very like pitch dark with like veins and like large, like, not to make it super gross, but almost like pustules of like fluid that is like red and green.
You can't gross me out, don't worry.
That's fair. That's fair.
But we can scare you.
But we can.
Oh, yeah. But then
as
Thaddeus
you-
has to deal with the fact that I won't be in the dark for weeks, so.
As you do so, the drow individual, and there is only more of my people behind me.
Son of a bitch.
His eyes, you're kind of gathering Alderia in particular, looking at his eyes. They're kind of almost glossed over, almost like a blind person. But you do see that red kind of piercing through.
That it looks like it hurts. Why don't you brush it off?
Why would I brush myself off?
Phrasing?
That confirmed a lot of things right there.
You're gathering that this creature seems to be speaking through the drow with that.
My apologies. I don't believe we've introduced ourselves. My name is Kyla. Who may I have the pleasure of addressing?
Pleasure, Kylar. We are Sranin.
Sranin.
Brandon.
Sranin. Tsranin. If you want to take notes on it.
Sranin with a T.
With the T.
A pterodactyl.
Now I pose my question once more. What can Sranin do for you? Lazily kind of blinks his half-lidded eyebrows and then, or eyelids, and then kind of jets back to that kind of buggy almost.
We come seeking the use of a forge. I don't know if you all are familiar with such a device.
We are. The drow here once worshipped it.
Is there any way we could perhaps use this thing? Maybe be out of your hair real quick like? It is sort of a one-of-a-kind device that if we did not have to bother you, we would not have.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
The
Seems to be kind of scanning you in particular now, Nova.
persuasion. No, a 6.
As he's talking, are there any of those bugs trying to creep up on us?
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
I don't trust this about as far as I could throw it. 16.
16. You don't notice any bugs. However, in the cave space around you, you do see in particular one just very creepy. So there's like stalagmites around you. Mites are up, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
mites.
Top is down.
Okay.
Mites crawl on the ground. Stalagmites.
Yeah, there you go.
I would think mountain.
So
Oh.
stalagmites around of this cavern floor. You just see one drow just kind of slack-faced off in the pitch dark, just kind of the silhouette of him just looking at you from like that direction, probably about 40
Jesus.
yards away, just kind of looking at you, like standing there.
I don't like that.
Seems to be observing you.
As he's talking to Nova, I'm just gonna nudge Erzon very surreptitiously and just kind of glance in that direction.
Srannon kind of looks you over again. Sighs. You see that one starts moving forward. 20 yards away. 10 yards away. We are Srannon, you hear from behind you. You see a very familiar, this time a female form of a dark elf. Blue eyes. And you see a creature with black and green and purples coursing through its body attached to this creature's neck.
Turn around. Hello again.
Hello.
I'm still Nova.
What can we be assured of your intentions?
I guess if we don't use the forge, then you'll know. I don't.
You can escort us to the forge and back should you feel threatened. We simply need to use the forge and leave. That's our only goal here.
They kind of seem to look at one another now, the two drow.
You wouldn't happen to be in possession of the guy who, like, could use it before, were you?
We are not familiar with such an individual. I suppose if one of you were to offer yourselves as hostage until you're exiting the city, that would be agreeable.
Sure.
Oh,
We
good.
can approve intentions.
He's so willing.
What sort of hostage, Srannon?
We shall link with you, and then release you upon your exiting the city.
How can
What,
we be ensured
what
you'll
promise?
release?
That is a good question, but you are entering our city.
Well, the way I knew it all there, yeah. Pull up the wand and kill her.
You see
We
Srannon
can't
look at
kill
you
each
again,
other.
Tyler.
It's rules.
Or rather, Alderia. You
Yes.
needn't speak in hushed words.
Leave characters behind.
The way I see it, we need to use the forge. They have something we need, and we don't really get to dictate terms here.
So who's gonna stay? Who's gonna be taken over?
I'm fine.
But what if they don't give you back?
I'm just along for the ride anyways. I turn back to Srannon. If I do this, you'll let them use the forge unmolested and return unmolested, correct?
You have our word.
And what happens should you break it?
Good question indeed, but it is our city you enter. Almost like a robot program to respond.
Right. Just be aware that if you do break it, these three will wipe out every last one of you. Myself included. They won't hesitate to kill me too.
I should hope you would be so fortunate.
Very well.
I don't think this
Do
is a
what you
good
need to
idea,
do.
Kylar.
I take a step back from the party. I'm just kind of...
Okay. I feel like we should wait till Luke's off the phone.
What do you think he's talking about?
Might be a job thing.
Yeah, I'm guessing if he took it, it's probably pretty important.
This is probably a good time to take a break, anyways.
Yeah.
That's a good time. We'll say Kylar steps back, offering himself the party, kind of looks confused to one another, debating what the next action should be, and that is where we will return from our break. We'll give it about 10 minutes, say 8:15-ish, and we'll all hop back together.
Depending how long the call is.
Right.
Depending on how long the call is, of course.
All right.
Notwithstanding.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Love you, bye-bye.
Should be good.
Welcome back in, everybody. We are just getting back from break. The players on their way into Ungethel encountered some interesting drow that seem to have some bug slurping from their neck. They have referred to themselves thus far as Srannon. Seem to be somehow taking host over these drow creatures. The party has had a tenuous conversation so far about how they could gain access to this dragon forge, an artifact that apparently the drow once worshipped. Probably, you're guessing, before the incursion of these Srannon. Furthermore, Kylar has offered himself as an individual who would be willing to be taken over by one of these creatures in order to prolong the safety of his party in order to get in, with the agreement being that upon their completion of the amulet, they will leave the city and leave Kylar. The creature would supposedly leave Kylar to his own devices.
I don't feel comfortable giving them control of a wand that could kill any of us.
I don't feel comfortable giving them control of one of us. Saren? Srannon?
Yes.
Can we go take a rest for the evening and discuss amongst ourselves, and then come meet with you again tomorrow?
Of course, I will be here.
I expected nothing less.
And you see, as you guys kind of gather your things and turn away, as far as you go off in the distance, occasionally looking back, the one drow remains right there, just without moving. The other one slinks past them into the city, but that one just stays. You're guessing the likelihood is that they will be right in that exact spot when you return.
Ugh, this gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
But you descend into the Underdark. With this, I will need someone to roll me a D100. Jesus, I didn't think of that. Let's see. Did you roll the last one, Erinn? The one?
Yeah, the one that blew up the whole world.
Good. I did not mark it down. Kylar.
Oh boy. The
Oh
irony.
boy.
I was about to say, I was just reading into it. I have that ring of mind shielding, but it wouldn't help me against that.
Hard to say. What's the ring of mind shielding say?
I'm immune from magic. That would allow somebody to read my thoughts.
Thoughts.
They're magical creatures.
Ring of
If you're
mind.
curious, Erinn, about kind of like aberrations in general, I did post in the general chat in Discord what a mind flayer is, and they're like the textbook aberration.
Yeah, they're like the classic like AD&D.
Yeah, like one of the OG aberrations, like to
From,
get
like,
like a feel of
billion
kind of
years
what the whole thing is. They're definitely like the pinnacle, I think.
Like Davy Jones in
Yeah,
Pirates of the
actually.
Caribbean. Man, this movie just keeps looping around today.
Except instead of a normal human mouth, it's got a lamprey mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's real gross.
Nova, I will say, you would probably know with your attunement to this ring that you could block them from taking over you if it was a magical effect that they were doing and not one of their like base abilities, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it just seems to me like this is a
Inherent thing to them.
yeah, they're able to do it because of what they are.
You're gathering that's probably the case, but it's possible. It's possible. So you guys descend into the dark. Kylar, what's your D100?
14.
Mm.
Yep.
Gotta take quick notes.
Maths.
Roll a quick dice. Oh, okay. It's fortunate. You all descend into the dark, hearing the occasional scuttering of creatures. I assume using your fairy lights of some kind, and Erzan's chest light or head nova light lamp kind of deal. You find a place that seems pretty nestled into some stalagmites that could make a fine enough camp. And I would say, for the purposes of this, you bed down.
I think we need to have a planning session.
Yeah, one of us has that hammer still, right?
So, which hammer? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm
the long
attuned to it
hammer.
as well.
Good.
What is the effect for my purposes?
It's in general. I posted it last session.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Rolls.
Warns you of danger while the weapon is on your person. You have advantage on initiative rolls, which I always forget about. In addition, you and any of your companions within 30 feet of you can't be surprised except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep. The weapon magically awakens you and your companions within range if any of you are naturally sleeping naturally when combat begins.
Gotcha. Okay. Can't have the surprised condition essentially, plus some sauce.
Gives me
So yeah,
some
it's basically the alert
advantage
key,
on
which is kind of dope.
initiative.
But
Yeah.
for everybody in 30 feet of you, which is really good.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's really good.
But anyways, for your planning session.
I don't think that we can give one of us up to them at all because they have no reason to give us back. Absolutely
kind of
none.
dictate the terms here. We don't really have a choice.
Right, but what I'm saying is that we're negotiating with something that has no interest in helping us for any reason whatsoever. They have no motivation for helping us.
Well, they
they're gonna
also
do is try to
realize
eat us.
that we could potentially try and take this by force. I think they're smart enough to understand that. And I think this is their hedge against that.
I don't know if we're good, but I don't know if the four of us can kill an entire village of
This is a
mind
city.
control, an entire city of mind controlling beings. Good.
They don't look all that tough. The drows might be, but the bugs themselves look pretty squishy.
Yes, but when it's 200 versus 1 or 4,
Right, but you start freeing the populace, they may come back to themselves and try and start freeing their
Right.
fellows. It's a uphill battle at the beginning, but if we turn the tide, we might be able to win.
perhaps, but
Or the
what,
drows all
what I'm
die.
trying to say is they already enslaved this entire city. There's no reason for them to think that they can't get 4 more people.
Well, then what's them stopping us from doing it right now?
I mean, they're
Why aren't
probably
we all
they're
bugged
probably gonna
already?
as soon as we go to bed. I mean, that's kind of what I'm
They're
thinking.
probably. I think that negotiating with them is suicide.
I mean, I kind of feel like we gotta help this city anyway.
That's another
What-
conversation, Nova.
Whatever these beings are, I don't think they're up to anything good.
No, but we kind of have more pressing issues on our plate.
Don't we always, though?
Kind of true.
Not like this.
We also have a dragon that's threatening to kill us in a few months, so YOLO.
Wasn't what's her name gonna help us with that?
Probably.
Bargain
Bargain shacks.
Bargain shacks. Did we come to the conclusion that they didn't get along?
Yeah, I was
You got the vibe, essentially. The short version is you got the vibe that she kind of viewed him a little disdainfully.
Mhm.
Hard to say beyond that.
I mean, either. I guess I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the thought that these creatures took over this entire city without. I mean, I'm assuming they had some casualties, but maybe there's more to all of this than meets you. God, we gotta fucking go in there and.
We need to learn how this creature operates, what it is, and how it works before we can make any sort of a plan. I don't know what the best way to do that is.
Eldiria, can you turn into something itty bitty? Get
Yeah.
up in there and just do some recon.
I can, and I will just hope they don't find me.
I guess, yeah, because you're. Nope, Nova wouldn't know any of that. Never mind. That is meta knowledge. I don't know. I feel like I don't think we should be giving any of us over to them. It was being on the other side of that previously. Even just pretending to have to be a prisoner was awful.
And I was just so recently possessed. It was unpleasant.
I'm at my quota right now.
really maxed out on
Just-
possessions.
It was like 24 hours ago that I was possessed.
Tyler wouldn't know that. That's right. That's why I was confused.
You know, it's been enough. It's not fun having someone poke around in there.
You could cast that sneaky spell that you do on yourself and then turn into something really small.
I could, but still, if they find me, they could step on me.
And then you revert to your normal form, and
What about like a bat?
I could try. Alright.
There's lots of bats.
Let me augur this real quick.
yeah,
Okay.
Let me
you're going up
see.
against a singular entity with multiple parts. It's a hive mind. I don't think that's a good idea.
It just doesn't strike me as like I'm gonna make it out alive.
Exactly.
Or
yeah.
myself.
You're probably right. It's probably about as stupid as giving yourself over to them.
So we're just gonna go kick in the door and kick their ass? I mean, like, what? I don't know what else we can do.
I don't think that that's a good plan either.
That's a good plan.
It sounds fun though.
Well, those are kind of the three options we have at this point. We need to pick one of them. We don't have a reason why we don't have any reason they wouldn't deal in good faith.
Except for that their entire purpose for existence is to dominate the minds of other creatures.
I'm gonna go with Urzon on this one.
How do you know that?
Because that's what they did to a whole city. There's thousands of them in there.
How they reproduce.
They're pretty clearly a parasite.
That's literally their goal.
This is like when you put the goblin NPC creature like that's barely breathing in front of the party, and you're like, "Do you spare him?" Ensue entire D&D.
Or the goblin.
Fair enough. Didn't think of it that way, but
Yeah, they may be a parasite, but they're also sentient and quite clearly intelligent. They know that if they kick the hornet's nest as they were by taking one of us and not releasing it, then we're going to come back with more. They don't know what tricks we have up our sleeve. You could just all disappear and come back with an entire army and wipe them out. And I'm pretty sure they're aware of that too. And if they're not, if they look into my head once they take me over, if we go that route, they will be.
Well, it doesn't sound like we're talking you out of this.
I just think it's the only semi-reasonable option. Kicking down the door and trying to murder them all is going to get us all killed.
I'd like to bring up the point
by
again.
itself is going to get us all killed.
I'd like to bring up the point again that I don't want to give them that wand.
Then one of you do it.
But I don't think any of us should do it. We're only gonna do it because you want to do it.
I'm just saying that's the most reasonable option in an unreasonable situation. No option is good, but that's the least bad in my view.
I ain't scared of them.
City, Jess.
how big is it?
Yeah.
You would guess that it would rival Coriander, if that helps kind of put it to scale. And it is a spire, whereas Coriander is a sprawling city, so very big. You said 200 before, and you're guessing that is probably kind of a joke compared to the actual number of people that should live in this city at the very least.
Yeah.
Probably dwarfs 200 by quite a lot.
If only we were one level higher and you could scry.
Well, there might be a Radiant encounter coming up that puts you closer to one level higher, but you don't know about that.
Great.
So I haven't
Thaddeus.
roll 14.
Your mouse is on your own picture.
That's fine.
I wish. Can I make some sort of roll to let Nova access my brain?
Just gonna roll for meta knowledge.
idea, but there's no way Nova would know it.
Do you want to jump into whispers and throw an idea out, or have the guys take their headphones off, kind of thing? Because I don't want to say I'm generally in favor of metaing to a point of like fairness. I don't want you to like.
I guess yeah. Let
not meta that you can't play the game.
Just let me ask you a question, quick, with everybody else not listening.
Okay.
So I'm worried about sending somebody in and them being like mildly psychic.
Okay.
But I have the Ring of Mind Shielding. I don't know that Nova would know to know. to worry about them being psychic. You know, like if we were to
that's
send
one of those things that is totally up to Nova's imagination, and I think that's something he could picture. Like a good example of this, Erzan is assuming that these creatures, their whole purpose is to assimilate and dominate. That's because Tad has watched Star Trek enough times.
Okay. The Borg,
right?
Yeah, right.
So it's not an unreasonable conclusion to make for your character.
Okay.
So that's not so meta breaking that I care at all.
Okay, I guess just for can we do like a roll? Just because Nova's so
that is totally in your court. Absolutely.
Okay, I guess yeah. If you'd let me do a roll to unlock this,
sure. I would say DC 8 intelligence check.
This is gonna be harder than it should be.
I know.
No. I got 4.
I feel like I gave a pretty fair DC. I mean,
yeah. Okay, I don't know. That's fine.
To like and subscribe. That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, and I'm going to tell you even this. I'm not holding you to that role.
Okay.
If you really think Nova would know it, that is in your field. That is not the kind of thing that, because that's not even true knowledge. That's just a guess that you have about you looking at a creature and being creative. So don't. It's up to you whether.
Okay,
I have
an idea of how I'll just bring up that I have the ring to everybody.
Okay.
The only thing I'm going to give you guys is he gave me a DC 8 roll and I fucking missed it.
Classic.
Jesus. We have fun here.
Okay.
Sorry.
All Nova's gonna do. It was really funny. DC 8. No.
F.
Nova's just gonna pull his what looks like there isn't a ring on his finger. Pulls this ring that materializes afterwards. I got this ring of mind shielding. And I don't know, like, I mean, if someone's gonna go in or sneaking around, I don't know if it's gonna help or not. I don't know. Is this gonna help anyone? Is everybody attuned to too much stuff?
It can't hurt.
I'm not.
I think that we need to scout, and I'm willing to do it. If you can turn me into a bat and cast Pass Without a Trace on me.
And then, yeah. And give you the ring.
I have teleportation, so I can get out of there if I get caught. It's somewhat limited, but it should be good enough.
Are you gonna leave the hammer with us?
Yeah.
Here, trade you.
Okay.
Toss the ring to you.
So Nova and I are going to take an hour to switch items.
Yeah, it takes like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Stay tuned, it takes 20 minutes.
I'm not going to put it in my thing because I'm hopeful that I'll just be able to come back and give it back to him when we're done.
Crossing my fingers for you.
Thanks.
No,
it's okay. If you die, your soul goes in the ring.
What?
The one ring.
That's what happens if you die wearing that ring.
It doesn't say that, does it?
It says that.
What?
You attune to it and you feel that power.
What happens?
Apparently, if I die, my soul goes in here.
Not in a bad way. We'll be able to get you out of it.
Well,
it just goes in the
bad way.
We'd have to get the ring back to do that.
It's easier to get a soul out of something than it is to bring it
No,
from another.
but I'm saying he dies in that city full of bugs. His
Let me
body
get a
is
good
in
look
that
at
city
it.
full of
I can
bugs.
locate objects
Keeping
once
the ring.
I know what they look like.
Sure.
I'll get a good look at
We
it.
polymorph another one of us to go get the ring.
At that point,
Yep.
I'm just gonna go live my life, and you all do what you need to do.
I will say for the purposes of this, just to refocus a little bit, you're gathering the real threat here is not death.
Right.
It is likely assimilation of some kind.
That's fair.
Pass Without a Trace is not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
You
is.
have to be
I will just weigh in as someone who has cast that spell 3 million times. first, it is concentration, and second, it is a 30-foot radius around Alderia. So unless you plan to carry her around in your bat form, not going to happen that way.
And 2 of you going in is the worst idea.
That's that's probably worse. I'll even weigh in on that one.
All right, polymorph me.
I'm just checking.
But first, I'm gonna cast protection from good and evil on myself.
Smart move. Yeah, you can wild shape effectively with that.
Anybody else want to give me anything?
I'm seeing if I have anything up right now.
I can give you a witch bolt, but that's gonna hurt you.
I don't think that'll help Nova.
On farewell, because it's about coin flip whether I'll see you again.
That's very pessimistic of you.
Yeah, we need.
Have you ever known me to be anything but?
We need some PMA out of you right now. It's a positive mental attitude.
I'm surprised.
Mental attitude?
I'm surprised you made an acronym, Nova, even if it didn't really make sense.
Actually, I think you'll find that's an abbreviation. An acronym is an abbreviation that forms another word.
Oh, that's fair.
Wow.
My head hurts.
Big words there, Nova.
All of a sudden, just ow.
I can only give you protection from poison, but that doesn't seem very useful.
No, just polymorph me.
Alright, are you sure?
Yeah. I'll stay within teleportation out range.
Does nobody have protection from parasites? Is that
Obviously, you guys have not been watching enough anime.
Unfortunately, I did not prepare
if
that.
Parasite gets you, just tie off a cord on your arm when it crawls up your arm, and you have to cinch it real tight, and then it can't get into the rest of you, and then it'll just be your arm.
Ah, genius.
Right.
So what's the move, Erinn? You're a bat. You got protection from good and evil.
All right.
Just do it to your head.
So I'm gonna fly up and towards the city.
Okay. You kind of.
What's my blind sight range?
That's a great question. I will find it. Bat 5e.
Up.
Tiny beast, unaligned. Blind sight 60 feet.
Do I have other sight, or is it just
No.
location 60 feet?
You just have blind sight 60 feet.
Can I be not a bat? Can I be something else that can see in the dark?
Blind sight's pretty good. You just will have to get within 60 feet of something to see it.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
if that's uncomfortable,
I'll fly 55
it's
feet above the ground.
It's that, or get something that has dark vision, because it's effectively pitch black outside of moonlight being cast off of a lake miles away.
Right.
So,
do I get to keep my dark vision when I polymorph? No, I don't.
No. You have none of your stats actually. I'll say for the purposes of polymorph, you have the direction with which your mind wanted you to go, and you will retain memory of what you have done. But you're not your brain is not functioning the same way as Erzan's brain. You just know go, observe, return. Right now is pretty much.
You could be a giant.
The other things are.
Nah, a bat will blend in. Okay.
Okay, you return to the city. It takes you a little while, actually, because you guys got a decent way away. What are you doing? You kind of return probably a good 100 feet above the city and just fly around.
Scouting.
You occasionally see a couple larger creatures in the dark. Kind of swooping. You just scouting? Right. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Seems to be creatures that live on the cave top, but not anywhere near you.
Yeah, way up high.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first off, do I feel the gaze of any of the drow on me?
I will say roll a perception check. You have a +1 wisdom.
Okay.
But you do have. If you're trying to hear, you'll have advantage, is what I'm seeing here.
Okay. Either way, I rolled a 17.
17. You notice a few drow seem to stop, look, and when one looks at you, slowly another one kind of looks, and then they seem to move about their business. Seeing a bat does not seem to set them off at all. What you are noticing is all of these drow that you do seem equipped with one of these bugs as well, and they're all unique in different ways. just milling about, seeming like
I've seen so far.
I'd say, how long do you stay?
Let's say that I've been going for 10 minutes.
10 minutes. I'd say you see probably good 2-3 dozen, kind of just consistently. People milling about the street, just seeming to be very odd, like moving barrels from one location to another, or rolling something up the street, or lifting each other onto a building so that they can, like they can navigate and do something. They just seem to be like almost like the twisted perception of what life is supposed to look like in a city, if that makes sense.
Sure. I'm gonna fly towards the spire.
Towards the spire. Okay. How high up do you go? It's very tall.
Let's say I get within, I don't know, 100 feet of it. What's going on now? Anything different?
Also, Alderia, how long does your spell last?
Lasts for an hour. Right?
An hour.
Hour. Okay. Also, probably takes you about a half an hour of your time from point A to point C here to get to the spire. So just so you know, you have a few moments to observe, but you'll probably have to hightail it back with the hour if you want to get all the way to your party. That is. But approaching the spire, you see that it narrows. Are you looking for anything in particular? Do you go to the tippy top, or
I'm mainly interested in the activity of the dark elves.
Sure. You see a few standing on the far edges of the spire, at the edge of the triangle, at the second level, kind of where the base of the first level is. Seem to just be looking out over the city, occasionally looking off into the Underdark. You see one of them looks up and observes you as you fly by, and then looks away quickly, just not interested, but you caught its attention. So these seem to be some kind of just lookouts.
Yeah, guards.
You see people milling about inside these spires too. You see a couple windows where people will be moving inside, shuffling books around, some of them seeming to be reading through them. Those kinds of things. You can continue towards the top of the spire if you like. Again, that would probably push you into the realm of about 15 minutes before the spell ends, though. So you'd have to hightail it.
I'll do that.
Okay. You struggle and get to the top. Atop the very pinpoint of the spire, you see what seems to be 4 claws sticking out, and in the center, a pillar that has text in a language that neither your bat brain can comprehend nor Erzan can speak, if I'm not mistaken. It seems to be glowing a dull green.
I don't speak Draconic, no.
Okay. No. Spoiler alert, fellas. Within those claws, you see at the base, it seems to have some kind of facet, like a spiral almost. You guess probably something that could be twisted out, as well as atop the pillar, another claw-like apparatus that seems to have like a set that has like adjustable sides that could close in on something. That's what you see at the very top.
So it's like a pillar with writing on it and a bunch of claws?
Yes.
Got it. Alright, I'm gonna fly back.
Okay, you get to the edge of the city wall. The spell drops when you're probably about 20 feet in the air if you'd like to try and do anything to recover, or just...
How far, like, is the dark elf that was just gonna chill and stand watch near me?
I would say that in your bat wisdom, you planned a course in your head that would lead you around him, perhaps?
Okay.
In your Erzan wisdom?
Sure.
So probably not too near.
I'll dimension door myself to the ground 500 feet towards
camp?
Camp.
Okay, I'll say for the purposes of that, your mission is successful in that sense. Erzan, you get to probably about 100 feet away from camp. When the rest of you hear a rustling to the north of you,
Did the hammer do a thing?
Nova, you feel the hammer tingling.
Oh, bad.
Tingle it. And I'm gonna have to spend
From
the
between-
round dashing.
From between two stalagmites, you see large, elongated gray claws. One reach on one stalagmite, crushing it a little bit. Another hand.
Ow.
Erinn.
You okay?
She get the painful
It's not
hiccup.
that scary.
Oh.
Just wait till you see his face.
I just get very painful hiccups.
That's fair.
I
see
would like them all, please.
Yeah, Maul's in your hand. As you look, you see a familiar shaped face peer through the darkness. One of those creatures you saw in the forest before. Large fins of gray
Oh no.
tendrils sticking out his back. Almost like a shark-like face with gills along the side, purple, masking the flesh between bones. Approaching you all. If I could have every individual roll initiative, I'm going to pull up the flip map for this one.
But what if I'm a collective?
Oh, I don't have advantage this time, but you do, Nova.
Yeah,
Oh, hell yeah.
one.
Watch, this is gonna be the one time something tries to fuck with my brain now that I don't have the fucking
Seriously?
ring on.
I was gonna say that.
Can you get okay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Good thing of
I
that.
need new dice. I haven't gotten new dice in so long.
That's true.
All right, just for the purposes of ease, because of flip map stuff, Erinn, you find yourself about 50 feet away instead of 100.
Okay.
Scott
are
slamming
you using-
tots.
Are we using roll 20?
Yes.
Okay, just let me know when to switch over there.
He who peanut.
I will. Well, I look for a token for this creature. Go ahead and flip over.
Morty.
Morty, you gotta flip to the flip map, Morty.
Bruh, we're not supposed to show the drawing.
Huh?
I'm not
The
on that
coloring page.
You're
I'm
not
not.
on the coloring page.
Oh, well,
page. No, I'm on a normal
my
map.
roll 20. There it goes.
Hey.
You crackhead.
Don't call
I think it was roll
my
20's fault, not mine.
Your man.
This is
Your
my
man.
battle
is a
map, bro.
crackhead.
My man.
It's a flip map. This is for when you don't have time to prepare a battle map because your party rolls a 14 on a percentile dice.
That's fair.
Ooh, he told you, my
Yeah.
man.
I got told.
Get
You know,
told.
I got
Oh,
told.
there we go.
Boy.
Sorry, that was super sarcastic. I use flip maps as if, because my comfortable DMing style is with a map where I can color on it.
Yeah.
So the easiest way to do it for Radiant for me is that way. I was trying to do like environmental based ones, like here's Caverny, and it just looked like shit. A flip map looked better.
Yep.
So
I
that's
like.
what I did.
I'm always down with blank maps. They're fine.
I'll say for the purposes of this, since this token doesn't exist, I'm just going to use this werewolf. This is not something that exists in the realm of Roll20. You see him kind of pop up there, and the stalagmites kind of right there in his hands.
Yes, now.
He's thick.
He's really fucking big. Mostly bone and just kind of loose flesh you're
Excuse me?
gathering, though.
I said everyone can see Thaddeus now. And then he goes, he's thick.
Girl, I meant the token, but yeah, that too.
He thinks you're thick, Thaddeus.
Damn, Thad,
I assumed you were talking about the token too.
I was, yeah.
I knew you were
Damn,
talking about
boy,
it.
he's thick.
Damn, boy. But with that,
What's the green things?
those are just like stalagmites.
Mites, yeah.
Oh, that's a
Obstacles.
decent roll.
The no touchies.
20
Generic
and above.
Obstacles.
Anybody 20 or above? 15 to 20.
15.
19.
Can't hear you, Nova.
15.
I double muted myself. I had a 16.
16. What's your dex mod?
+2.
Okay, I need you to roll a die 20 and just tell me the result. Just die 20.
10.
Okay. And last but not least, Hylar.
10.
Fuck yeah, dude.
10. Alderia, you said 15, right?
Yar.
Oh, shoot. Let me do that little alteration.
Yar.
Tyler. All right. At the top of initiative, we have Erzan.
I am.
You see this creature just
50 feet away. So I'm going to use the dash action and get in front of it.
Wow, okay. Any bonus action you'd like to do?
Sure, I'll make a spiritual weapon.
Don't you have to drop your polymorph?
Wow, that's dope.
Huh?
Don't you need to drop your polymorph form?
I fell out of the air with my polymorph.
Yeah, he's long since that. You guys, he was actually gone for quite a while.
I was gone for the full hour.
For the full hour and then some change too. It's a little concerning, but
Roll 20.
He's alright.
he's coming to save you guys now. Kind of epic, actually, how that worked out. Maybe I should have punished him and just put him 100 feet away. But I said what I said.
There's my spiritual weapon. I'll make an attack with it.
Yeah, boy. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Is the green stuff rocks?
23.
Yeah. Stalactites.
Stalagmites.
Yeah.
Mates.
23 definitely hits.
Mites.
Nice.
Mites crawl on the ground. That's a new one.
That's
Fucking I might.
9 forces.
9 forces. Anything else this
I
turn?
should plan something.
That is it for me.
That brings us to the creature's turn.
Nice.
Looking down at you. It's going to attempt to slam down on you with a bite. That is going to be a 19 to hit.
AC 20, baby.
AC
Tinky boy.
20. Kind of scaling off your armor. You see just these sharp, shark-like teeth drag across your plate, making sparks. It's going to start.
We don't have our damage marked from the trap hall, right? That's long since.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
short rested away. Wow. 2 attacks. Both are going to be long, like so far and beyond misses. You see Erzan, you hear him kind of in the distance and then turn to look at this creature. From behind you, before you can even act, Erzan up, casting a spell right in this creature's face. The creature miraculously bites down onto him and just scrapes, sparks flying off his armor with his teeth. You see him scratch into him with these long, elongated claws that are just unnaturally long. You see Erzan just pulling out the great sword of daylight, just scrapes them off, throws them to the side, and then does the same in almost a miraculous feat. That is its turn. It's going to stay right there, pissed off. Nova.
Yar.
Not to be a super Debbie Downer, but can I see?
Can you see? I'd say you guys either made a fire or Kylar probably had his lights up.
I would have probably had a campfire.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna
dim
move,
light. Dim
I'm
light for
gonna
it.
move right here and witch bolt, motherfucker.
Okay.
Level 2.
You are technically still within its range, so you can go ahead and do so. Unfettered.
What? Still within its range?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
It's got big old fingies.
Yes.
Wow, that was okay. 27 to hit on that.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay.
That'll
And
hit through.
that was level 2 as well.
Okay, yeah. So 2d12.
17 witch damage. I think it's electrical.
Electrical.
Witch damage.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
not
new
like.
damage type.
Amp damage.
And then that's a concentration, so it's gonna keep getting hit.
God, I forgot how to do Dungeons and Dragons math since we last played. Like normally, double-digit numbers and adding and minusing and stuff is super good because I play so much D&D, but brain hurty. Anything else, Nova?
That's it.
Aldiria.
Does he look undead?
Hard to say. I would say with your druidic knowledge, you could spend an action to roll a nature check and determine its creature type. Otherwise, your general knowledge, up to you. He doesn't look actively zombifying or anything like that, but he does have a hard exoskeleton that seems like it could be interpreted as a skeleton. Hard to say. I'll say this: with your druidic perceptions in general, you would gather it as either undead or aberration, but you couldn't say for sure without further investigation.
Okay. In that case, I will use. I see. 5 foot radius, 40 foot high, 5 foot radius. I'm gonna use. Am I? Yes. Sorry, I wanted to make sure I wasn't using this on something that I didn't want to use it on.
Okay.
I'm going to use Moonbeam on
Okay.
him.
What's the save?
The save is a DC 17. It's concentration. Or Constitution.
Constitution. There we go. 18 for the con save. So it is a success.
Alright.
However, comma.
He takes half damage. I did it at a 3rd level because I didn't realize it was not a 3rd level spell.
Fair enough.
Apparently it's 2nd level spell.
No take pics.
But whatever.
No take pics.
Shit, what is it? I'm having a hard day, guys.
It's all good.
Just a day, and I need another 10. Come on, please, smash the 10s. I only have like a million 10s.
And how tall was this light cone?
40 feet high.
Okay.
5 foot radius. And I just kind of want to position it so that it doesn't hit my hand.
Yeah, I'll say you probably just position it behind it.
16 halved to 8 radiant damages.
Alrighty. Is there anything else you'd like to do this turn?
Nar.
Gnarly, bro. Kylar.
I'm gonna cast Mirror Image on myself,
Okay.
and then I'll hit him with a Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost. Okay, go ahead and roll a hit.
Non-natural 20,
Mod 20 does hit.
and
Mirror
it's 8
Image is
points of cold damage, and his speed is reduced by 10 feet till the start of my next turn.
Is 8?
8.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Kylar, you all hear and more feel blasting of wind against the tops of your heads. Aldiria, from around this large light, you see a bat-like creature just snarling fangs, with pure red eyes that kind of have this black smoke drifting up from it. From its wings, you see very bat-like. It has little claws sticking out the top joints, but they look more like hands.
Oh no.
Circling around. It is going to pick a target. Oh, whoops, wrong dice.
Goro!
4. It's not Goro.
Okay.
Goro was described as like a goat, like
It doesn't
goat
have
man,
like the.
creature.
It's not the Goro-y fingers? Hands?
The liquid metal.
You mean like Goro from Mortal Kombat?
No.
No. She means your
Goro from
Goro.
this campaign.
It's
with
not the
metal
hands.
I don't remember describing his hands outside of them being made out of metal.
Okay.
But
You
said that they
described
look like
claws
hands.
that rip the hell out of
It's-
Adeliana.
oh, like sure. No, so those were descriptive of more of like giant sword claws sticking off this dude's like
No,
metal.
more Baraka than Goro.
Yeah.
Like, than,
Baraka, more Baraka than Goro. Thank you.
I get the
Remember that
reference.
reference.
That was a good ass reference. Someone get in the fucking comments right now, please. But for those who don't understand that reference, no, his were more described like large sword-like claws. These you're seeing are like claw-like, but more like in a bat fashion, kind of like pointed nails. Does that make sense?
Yar.
Does that help?
Yar.
And then Goro again was described as a walking, standing, half man, half goat like creature with just enormous cleaves.
I didn't really listen to the description of Goro very well.
That's fair. Yeah, he's not a bat. Sorry. For anybody making fanfic out there already, he's not a bat.
Man.
But this large bat-like creature. What did I roll? 1, 2. Oh wow. Okay. Erzan,
Yeah.
I need you to roll me a athletics check. Or I think you athletics or acrobatics. You have the choice.
Couldn't have been the character that can't be picked up.
It's not a saving throw.
Well, you know what? I will say, let me roll one more time. This is advantage because
you don't.
Easily... No, that's actually a reasonable call out because you're standing out there alone, and this is a predator creature that is looking to pick off prey. But it is still Erzan, so. But that was a good shout. It was worth seeing if the dice played the odds, but it seems to be fascinated with this creature sparking light around it fighting another large creature. Athletics check or acrobatics check.
Okay. 18.
18 is just a fail against its 19. You guys see the creature spend all of its movement, grab up Erzan by the arms, start lifting him to the air. He's probably about 15 feet in the air now. I will get a bat real quick. Again, limitations. You see a creature seems to have been furloughed from whatever it was doing, you're guessing, and distracted from the combat that you are in. Here, the bat. No, why didn't it work? There he goes. He's got Erzan about here. I wonder if I can mark that. Not really. He's about, I'll take it up. About 15 feet in the air. That is its turn, though. It used its whole action to enter into the fray here and pick up Erzan. So it is your turn. Oh, I never turned on combat music. Yeah, whatever. We're this far.
It's been a relaxing fight.
It's been a very relaxing fight. Sorry, guys.
Okay, so I'm flying 15 feet in the air.
Yep, you're being dangled 15 feet in the air. Really.
Got it. I'm going to use my action to activate my radiant consumption feature.
Okay.
Turn into a ball of light that shoots out radiant damage.
Okay.
In the area of effect.
The name drop, though. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification.
Oh!
Punch that bell, dude.
Smash it!
All right, how much damage does that do?
So, your turn. At the end of my turn, it'll take 5 radiant damage.
Okay.
I'm also going to use my bonus action to make an attack on the shark creature with my spiritual weapon because I can. Rules.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
Even if it makes no sense.
As you're being hoisted in the air, you're like, fuck it.
Yeah. What is my modifier? It's a 15.
15?
Yeah.
15 is a miss against the creature. It scrapes against its kind of bony hide.
Hey,
Okay,
Erzan, you might want to hit refresh on your roll 20.
Oh, is it not updating?
No.
There it is. It's like not going with the OBS isn't keep watching it.
Weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Oh, there. Now I moved.
Yeah.
I see it now.
Okay, so yeah, that's my whole turn then.
Okay. End of your turn, it takes
5 radiant damage.
5
I
radiant
take.
damage. Good to know. Okay. Erzan's turn. That it is now the shark-like creature going
It's
over.
Also, I don't know if this is relevant, but it's bright light for 10 feet and dim light for another 10.
Okay, yeah, that is definitely relevant. So I'm just going to move you there, Erzan, for now, until you have your own volition. This creature is going to approach forward. Seeing that Erzan is in the air, it's going to kind of look up, think about where it's going next, and look towards you, Alderia. gonna leap forward with a crunching bite attack. Mod 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. That is. Oh, that's kind of nice. That is 30 points of piercing damage. So it takes a chunk just right out of your tricep. You kind of flinch out of the way instinctively, ripping its head back. It's going to make a swiping attack at you, Kylar.
I'm gonna make a concentration check.
Yes, go for it. You got to beat a 15 DC with that 30 damage.
What is that? Is it a Constitution?
Yep,
Constitution
Constitution saving throw, and you have Warcaster.
So which is advantage, I believe, on that.
Yep.
Which
is
is
nice.
very good because I rolled a 1 the first time. 15.
15 is exactly on the nose. Tie goes to the roller, so you do save. Kylar, claw attack coming at you, 14.
That actually does not hit.
Okay, it's gonna
Ooh,
kind
don't
of
even have to use a boy.
swing through. You kind of see it without looking. It like swipes through one of the lads, but the lad doesn't go away because it doesn't. The illusion is no longer like it's not like being disappeared from his visage. So he kind of turns towards you. He's gonna try again angrily from missing the first time. Does a 10 hit? Wow. I roll such ass.
This is weird.
That's fucking incredible. Doesn't have a small bonus to hit either. But anyways, Nova.
Well,
Well, hell.
first action, I'm gonna bring down another witch bolt on the shark thing.
Okay.
Ooh.
Just as a point of bolt does not upcast further damage. If you read into it a little more,
Oh, so it's only 1d12?
it'll be 1d12 for the action ones. So
Right here. I'll
if
go
you want
for
to change what you're doing based on that, that's totally fine.
Nope.
It's just one of those rules I'm very familiar with because I've done that before.
it. Ooh, that's only 3.
3 damage. Okay.
3 damage. Action. Well, actually, how low is the bat right now?
15 feet off the ground.
Fuck.
He's kind of got Erzan by the arms right now. Erzan's kind of struggling in his grasp. Now making weapon attacks against the creature on the ground.
I have an iron will, baby.
Here, we'll guide you.
Yeah, either way. Action surge. It's above like Alderia right now, right?
More so Kylar.
Fuck.
The large creature or the bat?
The bat.
The bat is more so above Kylar, yeah.
Oh, okay. 5, 10. I think I get there.
That's Alderia's space.
Get out
Is
of my
it?
space.
No, she's in that space.
You're on top of her right now, dude.
Can I go there?
That is
There you go.
inappropriate.
Is mine
Weird.
not refreshing now?
Yeah, mine's
Yeah,
like that
that's
too.
Not where Elderia is. On my
Weird.
No,
What?
Alderia was one
Can
space to the
be
right for me.
stalagmite on my screen. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, she's
How?
right here.
I'm refreshing right now.
I just refreshed mine
strange.
to tell you what happens.
Mine has been exactly where I want it this whole time. I don't understand what's happening.
Oh,
yes,
there,
the
now she
usual
moved.
Roll 20 countdown.
Yep, looks
I
good.
love it.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna be right there then. And up in the air, this is gonna break my concentration for. Actually, I don't know if it breaks my concentration. What the fuck is the rules on Witch Bolt?
What's the spell you're gonna cast?
Burning Hands.
That does not break concentration. You have to cast another concentration spell.
The spell ends if you use your action to do anything else. But because I'm doing an action surge, technically I'm not. Right?
Oh wow. I guess I didn't know that part of Witch Bolt. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, technically, I used my action this turn to do Witch Bolt,
do
but
Witch
I also
Bolt.
used action surge to get another action, which I'm not going to use Witch Bolt.
You didn't cast a spell,
I'm going to with my second action. though.
right? But you haven't cast a spell yet, and you can just cast another spell without breaking concentration. That's fine.
So I will say technically, you are using your action to do anything else. However, that's stupid, so you can have it.
Right.
Okay. I'm not going to be too dark.
Weird phrase.
Very dumb phrasing that they were like, we need to nerf fighter harder. Like, I don't know why it's there, so I don't believe that it is there.
Burning Hands is a reflex save on their part.
A reflex save. Is he flat-footed? I think so.
Do I need to make a dex save too?
Are you targeting the bat? Because you would hit Erzan almost certainly. He's like right
Which is
in the
fine.
vicinity.
Oh,
I'm like all up in it.
I didn't know that.
What do you got?
I'm not going to cast the bat.
Okay. What are you going to do?
I am going to do a double strike at the shark thing. First one's going to be with green flame blade, though. Or wait. No, just two normal ones.
Two normal? Okay.
Yeah.
Roll.
Rolling now, sir.
Please.
No.
It would please the Stranin.
First one's an 18.
18 just hits.
Second one's a natural 1.
Natural 1 does miss. I'll say for the purposes of this, just hammered mace gets stuck in the ground for a moment.
14 bludgeoning for that boy.
14 bludgeoning. Alright. Takes the hit across his face.
That's it.
Nova, that is your turn. Aldiria.
Yar. I've been maintaining concentration on this boom beam.
On that beam, though.
That beam. So I will continue with the moonbeam on him.
Okay. What's the...
Actually,
that's a
we
con
did
save?
that wrong. Did he go already?
Yeah.
Okay. When he
So on his
starts
turn?
his turn there, he was supposed to.
26.
All right.
Half damage.
16, 17, halved.
To 8. 67. I just said how many damage you guys have done out loud. That's not what's supposed to happen. That's how much damage you guys have done. Anyways, moving on. What would you like to do with your turn, Alderia?
I just have to maintain that concentration.
Yeah, you can still do other stuff.
Yeah, you can do whatever. As long as you don't cast a concentration spell or take damage that forces you to lose concentration.
This is as a bonus action. I'm going to wild shape into the chalice form.
Okay.
And as an action, I'm going to use a third level healing word on myself.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it up. Is there anything else you're doing this turn? Alright. So while she regains max health, we'll go ahead and move on to Kylar since we are approaching the 9:30 mark. What would you like to do this turn?
Let's see. I'll upcast Bane to 2nd level to target both the shark creature and the bat.
I thought it already base targeted 3 creatures immediately.
Oh, is it?
I think it might just.
You're thinking.
Oh, yeah.
I think you're thinking of. Oh,
No,
really?
Bane does the opposite of Bless, which is really strong.
Up to
That's
3
nice.
creatures of your choice at 1st level. So yeah, we'll just cast it.
Yeah. Okay. So what are the saves?
DC 17 Charisma save.
DC 17 charisma. Oh, charisma.
I'm up to
This one is
69
the
points.
this one is the bat. The jewel dice is not. Just for my purposes.
Nice, thanks.
Nice. Nice. Bazinga. Charisma saves.
Yes.
Neither of them succeed.
Woo! They both get
Highest-
Bane.
Highest roll there was a 10.
Beautiful.
That's pretty good. Both of them are Bane. Let me mark that.
Pretty good. Can I hit
Bane.
the bat with a ray of frost?
Yes.
Without hitting Erzan?
just as a clarifying, I really should just start Googling the spell more. What's the echoing figures around you guys called?
What?
The
mirror images?
Oh, mirror image.
Is
That's
that
a bonus action.
It is
That is
not a
bonus action?
concentration spell.
It's bonus action, non-con?
It's
Yeah, it's
an
like-
action. Non-con.
Okay.
Non-constitute.
So just as a point of order, not that it's a huge deal, but you can't do a cantrip then, because the cantrip is a full action still.
I always forget that. My bad.
That's
Then
okay.
Never mind.
No
That's
worries.
Bane. We're good. I was looking at Misty Image or Misty Step as well.
So Bane is a full action?
Bane is a full action. Yes, that's all
Okay.
I'll do.
Gotcha. Alrighty, that brings us to the bat creature's turn. Urzan, as you are in its grasp, it does have advantage on a bite at you. That is going to be a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw against poison.
Weren't we talking about protection from poison earlier? That's a 10.
Wow, that was a horrible roll. 10 is a fail. So that's... You take 15 points of piercing damage as you feel the fangs sink into you. You do gain the poisoned condition. And you take 3 points of poison damage on top of that. This creature... Now I'm going to start marking this down because it's getting farther up. It's going to use its full flight of 30 feet to get you 45 feet in the air now, Urzan.
Okay.
Just flying straight up kind of now. Kind of bit into you and now seems to be pretty determined to go. That is its turn though. It is now your turn, Urzan.
Cool. I'm going to cast Dimension Door and put myself back down on the ground.
Okay, sure enough. Oh shit. I'm just coloring all over the place.
Yeah, can I get my guy? Yeah, I got him.
There you go.
I'll put here, put that dude back. I'll put him right here.
Okay. Right there. He's there. Okay. Dimension door down to the ground. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'll use my bonus action with the spiritual weapon.
Okay.
I have disadvantage on attack rolls, so let's see. Probably won't hit him, but you never know.
Are you sure that's with spell effects too?
5. If you're poisoned, you have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Okay, gotcha. And ability
Spell
text.
attack, yeah. I rolled a natural one, so I missed.
Natural one. Okay. That brings us through Urzan's turn to the large creature. Not noticing your presence there, Urzan. It's gonna try and bite into Nova, as he is now the standing force in front of him. That's cocked. Sucks, but damn it. It was gonna be a 26, but it's actually a 17. It's fucking cocked. 17 to hit?
My AC is 17.
That will hit then.
No, well, yeah, let it hit.
You sure?
Yep.
That's a lot of damage. You might want to consider if you have something. You've seen it do a lot of damage to people before.
Okay.
Your AC is 17, right?
Reaction shield.
Shield? Okay. Smart. And then one claw for each of you, Urzan, or Kylar and Aldiria. Kylar, 17 to hit?
Are you factoring the Bane in with this?
Oh,
For everybody?
17. 16 to hit, Kylar?
Yeah, it does. I will attempt to transfer that.
I would have shielded if I
Oh,
could.
you know what? Also, you don't have to shield. Because
It's less than.
minimum less than one. Yeah. So he would have at max rolled a. So sorry, you don't have to shield. Good shout.
Yes, I had to roll a 6 and I rolled a
Ooh.
6. So
Roll 6. Okay.
yeah, I will switch it to one of my dudes.
And then Aldiria.
Jesse, I
That's
forgot at the end of my turn, the shark creature takes 5 radiant.
5 radiant. Good to know. Good to know. Is Aldiria within that range as well?
Nope.
What's the range on it?
10.
She is within that range.
Oh, okay, never mind.
What happens to me?
Nova is also technically, if you want to reposition, you would know that.
There you go.
There you go. Now both of them are out of range. Okay.
Oh.
5 points?
Yes.
5 points?
Yep.
Okay. That much damage. And then one going at you, Alderia, is 26 minus 1, 25.
Yep.
25 hits. Where did they go? There we go. That is going to be 16 points of slashing damage. As it just kind of tears through. You see
This was the big guy?
Yeah, the really big guy there.
He needs
Coming up
to
his
do
nostrils.
a saving throw.
Con save. So much shit going on, and we're not even halfway to level 20 yet. God, combat is crazy. 18 for the save on the con.
Yeah, he makes it.
Makes it, okay. Yeah, it's pretty constitutional.
15 halved.
15 halved. Yeah, every point counts, man. You are making points. Go Burr. That is the creature's turn.
Oh, I'll do my check. Okay, I rolled a nat 20.
Yeah, good to go. Good to go. Yeah, I'll probably do that next turn. Yeah, okay. That brings us to Nova Scotia.
Is the bat where it is on the map, or is it more above me?
45 feet above you.
45.
And it is where it is on the map. Quite high.
Didn't he just come down and like hit us?
No, he attacked Erinn.
Oh, gotcha.
He was flying up into the air.
Oh, it was the
creature.
the other guy was attacking us. I gotcha. I'm gonna hit that shark thing twice.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Come on, dice. Who is being good tonight? First one's a 12.
12 misses.
Second one's a natural 20.
Natural 20 hits.
Yeah, baby. What do I double the dice?
Double the dice and then add modifiers.
Ooh. 20 bludgeoning damage.
20 bludgeoning damage. Not bad, not bad.
I'm sorry. Wait, yeah. Yeah.
20?
Yeah, 20.
Okay. You smack into the creature. Seems to be taking a pretty heavy beating so far. You guys are making good headway against it. You're gathering.
Is he
it.
large?
He is much larger than large.
Dang it. Okay.
Anything else, Eva?
No, that's my turn.
Alderia.
I am going to cast Protection from Poison on Erzan.
Okay. That gets rid of his poison.
Yep. And he has advantage on saving throws against being poisoned and is resistant to poison damage.
There you go.
For an hour.
Anything else you want to do this turn, Alderia?
I can use a cantrip still, Yar.
Was that an action? The poison, or is that a bonus action?
I don't know where it is. Oh, never mind. It's action.
Okay.
Yes.
Any bonus actions you'd like to take or movement?
No, because I feel like I'm going to get scratched if I do, so I'm going to stay right where
Kylar.
Well, let's do bonus action, spiritual weapon at 3rd level.
Okay.
Slap him down.
Oh, I need to do my taxes.
Right.
Adult type beat.
God, I have such difficult taxes this year. Got like 6 things to put in.
Ugh.
Don't get multiple jobs,
Okay.
kids.
And it's 24 to hit.
24 definitely hits.
Oh shit, I upcast that.
And
Oh, for 2 slots above second, so that didn't really do anything. Cool.
You can choose if you'd like to choose to upcast it to 4th or downcast it to 2nd.
Yeah, I wanted to get the extra damage in, so I'll upcast it to 4th instead.
Okay, sounds good.
Kyler would
Yeah.
have known that.
Not gonna be a stickler about it.
Not terrible.
Unless you guys want me to
14
start being a
points
dick
of
about
damage
those.
on that one.
Okay. Puts him to that number there. Yeah, nice solid strike with the push dagger slicing through some purple flesh. Ichor spilling out onto the stalagmites.
Then how far away is the bat?
45 feet
45
in the
feet
air.
up?
Yep.
Okay.
So from you, probably like 50 feet.
He's
Then as
staying
an action-
conveniently away from my moonbeam.
Ray of Frost is 60 feet.
All right.
I'll try and hit him with that.
Roll to hit.
Or a 27, wow.
Yep. That'll
10
hit.
hit is dope. 2d8 cold, which is 9 points of cold damage and speed
9
reduced by 10 feet.
Oh, minus 10 speed. That's important for
Till-
next round.
It says till the start of my next turn.
Start
Till
of
the
your
start
next
of
turn.
your
Okay.
next turn, which is weird. I guess it makes sense, yeah.
Sure, yeah. I see it. That is convenient. It is its turn. Just gonna go ahead and just yeah. As it kind of gets hit with your Ray of Frost, you see it kind of lunge a little bit towards you. But as it sees what's happening in the battlefield, you actually see it turn away. Start heading away from you guys.
Spook a predator and they run away.
Seems it's very animalistic in that sense. You're guessing it sees the destruction and carnage and has decided that you are not easy enough prey for it to be interested currently. Erzan.
All right. I am unpoisoned, moisturized,
In my lane.
in my lane. And I'm going to cast a gold flame blade.
Sure, go ahead and roll the hit.
Cool. Not very good. 14.
14 misses.
Boo. Alright, then I will make a bonus action attack with my spiritual weapon.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
21. Sorry.
21 definitely hits.
Yay. I rolled max damage, which is 8 plus 5, and also because of my radiant consumption, now that I've finally hit with an attack, it's going to deal an extra 9 damage.
Whew.
So that's 13 force and 9 radiant for a total of 22.
22. That is a number I can grasp.
Cool.
Nice
And then at the end of my turn, it takes 5 damage. And I
Okay,
take
it's still
2.
looking up, but it's taking some beats for sure. Is that your turn?
My turn. Yes.
At the end of your turn. Well, not at the end of your turn. Once it begins its turn, it does need to make a con save. I will remember that this time. Another 26. I keep rolling the good rolls for damage reduction. God, yeah. It's been
18.
18 reduced to 9. Still up. The
Did you
creature.
factor in Bane for that save too?
Sure, yeah. 22.
I didn't know if it would matter.
Nah, it's relevant. I should be better about it, so I appreciate that. It is going to leap straight up into the air. You see these spikes left down right underneath where it was, almost like it retracted its claws from the ground. You all three can take opportunity attacks if you want.
Woo!
Oh, I do want to.
Yeah, sure do.
Oh, yeah,
All three
boy.
being me, too.
25.
5 hits.
Can I do it?
If you have a weapon that you would like to bonk. Oh, you're a
Yes.
warcaster, aren't you?
You can use your staff. Oh, you
Use
can,
your
yeah, you
spell.
can cast a spell. You can cast a guiding bolt at it.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
You can do any kind of spell. All kinds of things.
The best attack roll with a weapon I've ever rolled.
Yeah, literally everyone gets an attack of opportunity at it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, let's use guiding bolt.
I rolled a 25.
25 hits.
I'm gonna smite it.
Damn it. My cool plans.
I'm gonna do the paladin thing.
You get
paladin
your swap opportunity.
I have 2 levels in paladin for a reason. Damn it.
True.
11 slashing.
2 levels in power. You fucking power gamers. I took approximately 1.5 levels in Warlock.
Eldritch Blast. Eldritch Blast.
I took a
And
dip.
8 radiant. Did you catch all that?
I caught enough of it.
Alright.
Who else did damage? Who else did damage to my cool boss? All right, Alderia, Kylar, and Nova. I'll say for the purposes of this, how do you, as a group of 4, want to do this? Because that might put him into kill range from any one of your attacks.
Jesse,
Oh
does
my
my
God.
30 hit?
No.
Can we all channel the power of our friendship into our
Yeah,
weapons?
the
and
power
make it
of friendship.
explode?
A
Obviously.
glowing weapon.
Guys, you guys all reach your weapons out.
It's a
And-
rainbow, guys. Come on.
Start swirling around you, and you turn into a large, singular avatar of friendship. It's Applejack.
Megazord.
The Megazord friendship.
The Megazord, yes. No, how do you want to do this? You guys have you all hit, and it's so dead.
I was just gonna do like an uppercut swing with the maul, just try to hit him in the jaw.
Take the staff and just
Bonk.
jam it up into its gut and channel some energy through it just for funsies.
Alderia.
I was gonna guiding bolt him on his way.
Okay, so Erzan, you take as he leaps into the air, you take a swing. That was Gold Flame Blade, right?
Yeah. No, it was an opportunity attack.
It's Gold Flame Blade. Fuck it.
Alright.
lighting your Gold Flame Blade, scratching a fiery mark across its stomach. Alderia, seeing your opening, take your gyroscope, blast starlight right into the scar opening from its chest. Mid-air, this creature starts toppling already. Kylar, taking your staff, jamming it in, casting frost into the wound. Nova, you see your chance. Throw your maul, retract it across its now freezing jaw, and the creature just shatters into bits across you guys.
Yeah,
And
bitch.
about 5 seconds later, I need everybody to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Or no, wrong dice.
Yeah.
Alderia.
19.
Erzan.
15?
Nova.
5.
Nice.
And Kylar.
13.
Nova and Kylar, you each suffer 17 points of piercing damage.
Is that a
As
succeed or a failure?
that was a failure.
I will favor it of the gods.
Okay.
Because no.
Niche, no.
I'll describe the effect once I've done describing what happens to you.
That brings it to a 17. I got
17
4.
is a success, so 17 reduced to 8.
That's-
With successes, Erzan and Alderia, you each take 8 points of piercing damage. You see the spikes that are left behind slowly start to kind of quill out, almost like porcupine spikes, and they just launch in all directions.
What an ass.
There's like a almost like a femur like bone with just like a claw sticking in the ground left behind it. You're gathering that the gray of the outside of the kind of skeleton is this exterior that it can shed, whereas the bone that you're looking at now is more of the true innards of the creature.
Were those cold spikes?
They were not cold spikes.
Nice.
They
One
were
of
hot
these days.
flashes. But I will say, for the purposes of this, you reconvene around the fire, tend to your wounds, discuss the plot further, which I'm sure we will talk about in great detail when you return next week. So I'll say the session is ended there.
I'm gonna look at Nova and I'm gonna say, I think I found it. Ta-da!
We'll
Next
leave it up there.
time
I'm
on
gonna
Forged
take
by Fate.
Will our blessed heroes conquer the blah blah blah? I'm gonna write that down so that I can enter.
did.
That's a good intro.
We did almost nothing in terms of progression.
Yeah.
We went back to where we were originally and did a little bit of scouting.
Yeah. I mean, we have bite-sized things. I think you guys are newer to 5e specifically, so combat takes a little longer. Divisive role play, prophecies that need to be made, insights that need to be helped. gather from NPCs, all that stuff, you know.
Bobby.
All right. We will keep crawling forward every 3-hour episode at a time.
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is?
I just want a picture of a
God dang
Damn
hot
hot
dog.
dog.
You guys are getting pretty. Oh, okay, no. Yeah, you guys are getting pretty
Jesse.
close. I saw the progress for level up to level 9, and I got excited because I was like, "That's one away." But you are not one away. You are now very close, though.
Ooh.
Very close.
We want levels and we want them now.
No!
Come on, Mitch McConnell, give us the level.
Strike.
Mitch McConnell's level be like, "Here's a feat."
We need fast
I'll take a feat.
level distribution reform.
God, your impersonation is so good of Bernie. That's awesome.
Thanks everybody for watching. We appreciate
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Again, happy Inauguration Day. Thank you for joining us on this special occasion, and to everybody at home. Can't wait to keep continuing on next week. I believe, who's tomorrow's stream? Is that the Mark's?
Not have something on Thursday.
Marcus's? I thought we were doing Mark on Thursday.
My honorary day is Friday.
Friday. I thought we went. Anyways.
I will check briefly if you want to hang tight.
Yeah, we got the schedule. I forgot that.
I don't think that we ever determined a Thursday.
Thursday is Luke. Friday is blank. Alderia pending.
Alderia,
Saturday
if
is
she
blank.
wants.
Sunday is me.
Okay, gotcha. Are you streaming tomorrow?
I'll probably do my channel tomorrow. So if anybody else
Okay.
wants to take,
I might. Depends on
Okay.
if I got something that I feel like I want to do.
mm-hmm.
But
Cool.
probably be back tomorrow. At the very least, you'll see us on Sunday.
Yeah, baby.
Cool.
All right, everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.